Hello and welcome to the Hit Podcast. Before we break up again with me, Alfie Brown from Radio 4's School of Wrong. And
What?
Jessie K, it's a one-off sort of pilot from Radio 4 that I had about 8 years ago.
Okay.
Didn't go anywhere.
Oh, I did a one-off pilot.
What was yours called?
Tools.
And Jessie K from Radio 4's Tools.
Guess what Tools was about?
A workshop.
Set in a tool shop.
A tool. Well, there we go. In this episode, it's a little bit higgledy-piggledy. Jessie wasn't in the... Okay, here's how I'm going to explain the podcast for you. I understand that the music bed is making this sound a lot more urgent than I'm making it sound. So here we are. Jessie wanted to record a different podcast to the one I wanted to record, and it takes us a little bit of time to meet in the middle and discover what it is and how we were to communicate. I was entering the room with a little bit more light in my heart than it turned out Jessie at the same time possessed. So we struggled to work each other out through the beginning, me being quite lighthearted and Jessie being quite dark-hearted. Depressed is the word. So that's what's on the agenda for today's podcast. As always, thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review, and subscribe to us on Patreon at patreon.com/braveclown and become a patron of our self-excavation. There is an episode every week that is not available to the public. We will not make it available to the public. And also an episode of Cheap Biscuits, our Married at First Sight Australia Season 13 companion podcast, in which we analyse and root around in the bin of circumstances that E4's Married at First Sight Australia creates. So go and find that out. But for now, this is Before We Break Up Again. Amazing to be back podcasting again.
After so many hours.
I know I was being genuine.
You serious?
Yeah, I look forward to this.
No, you don't.
I do look forward to it as a chance to connect and as a chance to air my grievances and as a chance to get to solidly interact with you and to have conversations that are about unpicking complexities rather than just being blankly pragmatic about everyday life, which I think when you're living with somebody, you can get into the weeds of, oh, what are we doing next? What's the plan for in a minute? What are we doing? And it becomes, even when you're planning long term, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do a various bunch of things that are going to improve the quality of our life. Whereas this is really improving the quality of our life, but it is just talking about life.
Yes, you're right.
And that's fun, isn't it?
That's nice. Yeah,
that's why I look forward to it.
I look forward to it too. Although it feels, I guess I've got to remember that it's useful. I struggle to do anything if it doesn't have a use.
Define use.
Or it's beneficial. This is beneficial, like you said, because...
What do you mean benefit? I mean...
Well, like it's not, I don't know. We are benefiting from this because we're communicating and it has improved our relationship and our careers, arguably. But... We'll see. It's like yesterday when we had that admin pile and, well, I did, and I tried to get I had 3 things on the agenda to do, admin-wise, and I failed to, I tried to tackle those 3 things, and all 3 things I couldn't do. And I just felt like, well, I've just wasted 2 hours of my life. This, I don't feel like I've wasted an hour of my life, but I sometimes worry that I worry that it hasn't been particularly informative or entertaining sometimes. I feel a lot of pressure to be really funny and engaging.
As long as we are examining ourselves to the end of amusement, catharsis, or entertainment, then I don't really think it matters.
Well, I'm trying to care less. Not that that's insulting. That might be insulting to people who listen, but I am trying to care less in all areas of my life apart from love.
Well, I think a lot of the time when people with stuff like this, I remember somebody saying to me about stand up. You've got to remember it's a job. No, I think that's
Is that outside?
completely wrong.
What's that?
I don't know.
That's so weird.
That is so
Is
weird.
that a ghost?
I don't know.
The wind?
Don't know.
The hail?
Could be the hail.
You look annoyed now.
I am.
Why?
Because I think that damaged the momentum of what was happening.
Should we start again?
No,
Okay.
because it was because I enjoyed where it was, but then
I wasn't.
there's that like
I
little-
hated that. I felt like I was just talking shit.
right.
But you're doing well.
But I was.
I'm sorry.
I was. I don't know. I go, what's the sound? What's the sound? That's what the listener at home will be
Don't look
thinking.
at me like that. I hate it when you look at me like that. Like you
We just-
fucking
we
hate
just-
my guts.
We just had a moment that I found quite hard to get over, which is where we were talking and your mum was in between us, and it was mentioned the idea that we had to we'll do that, and I rolled my eyes, but of course your mum was looking at you and I was behind her so she couldn't see. And then you said, well, Alfie doesn't want to do that, and I went, I don't mind doing that.
You just rolled your eyes.
And then you said, but you just rolled your eyes. I'm like, yeah, I of course I did. But I did that to communicate. Otherwise, I would have said, are you mad? Have you gone insane? That is like, that was me communicating to you.
You were gaslighting me.
No, this is gaslighting. The constant need to tell people that they're gaslighting people when what they're doing is not even in the same postcode as what it is to gaslight somebody.
But it was in the same postcode because then you said, no, I didn't just roll my eyes, but I saw you roll your eyes.
No, I wasn't trying to play a trick on you. I was just trying to say, I was trying to communicate to you that I didn't want to do something whilst not saying that explicitly in front of your mother, which then you made me.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not that smart.
That's
the problem.
not smart.
Yeah.
That's just like, that's just what being a human is, isn't it? That was, I was so angry for quite some time. Because you said, okay, go and read now. Now go and read. And I went, I am too angry to go and read because of how, I can we talk about your conversation with your accountant?
I didn't even notice you were angry.
Without giving away too many details, can we just...
Yeah, I had to have a call with my accountant who has really stood by me through thick and thin.
Jessie's obstinate refusal to understand the basics of tax and what constitutes a good deal on her tax through whatever, like...
I don't understand percentages.
Sole tradery, just doing what your accountant tells you, and your accountant formulating this plan. So, because when you're
No. It's nothing to do with that. That's just fucking hell. No, I'm panicking because of my certain type of bank account, which apparently is whatever. I didn't understand. I had to call him about something logistical, but it got into him talking about tax. And whenever the word tax comes up, I do kind of shut down. I just can't. I cannot understand anything. So we started talking and I just, he could have been saying, and then the aliens landed on Mars yesterday. And I was just gone, completely gone. And I heard you shouting from the bedroom, like, no, he doesn't mean that. He means this. And I was like, I'm dead now. I'm not conscious.
Okay, I'm going to make up the numbers to save everybody like the revelation of the real details. But you were on the phone going, okay, so I've got to pay 5% tax. Right. That's quite a lot, isn't it? And I'm going, no, it's not. No, that's less than you.
I don't know.
Because when you're self-employed, anyway, you can.
Yeah, you're basically evil if you're self-employed. If you're a freelance creative, you're basically scum.
Well, my friend got a publishing deal and therefore got about £100,000 at once, and he went, I'm going to pay tax on it. And I went, are you insane? You won't earn £100,000 next year. You won't earn £100,000 the year after that. So why would you pay the top rate of income tax when it's the one-off year? That top rate of income tax is not there to tax people who earn £100,000 once and then earn significantly less for the subsequent years. It's there for people who earn £100,000 every year. So if there is a way to put that money into a company and then anyway,
I have no idea. No idea what you're talking about.
Now it's gotten into now. Let's talk about whether or not it's hailing outside.
I really have no idea what you were just talking about. Either way, he's a lovely man and he stood by me through thick and thin. And when I told him that I was starting OnlyFans last year, it was such a funny phone call. Oh my God, it was the best thing ever. It was a video call and I had already done a couple of months on it. So I'd earned a huge amount in a couple of months.
And you were still in your bra on the video call?
No. What? Still? What do you mean?
Just it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just trying to inject
Don't
some
do that,
fun.
Alfie. You know I don't do that. And I had to call him to say, look, I'm slightly worried because my income has gone up, but obviously I don't know how long it's going to stay up. So what do I do? I should just tell you now that I'm earning this through a platform called OnlyFans. And he just immediately went, what? And because he's known me for 20 years and I've only ever got roles as like the fat geek in little shows. So like from the idea of, and I said, do you know what OnlyFans is? And he was like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
As I was like, no, look, I'm not doing porn. As his wife walked in holding the baby behind him, I was like, left the room.
Jessie just gestured as if to push herself backwards and away, as if in revulsion to the announcement of I'm not doing porn, just in case anybody's listening and not watching.
And the wife just backed away and he didn't notice the wife had come in and out.
Like one of those newscaster bloopers.
It was great.
That does sound good. Well, at some point I'll have to have...
an accountant.
Yeah, I just make it up.
Let's just stop talking right now about this. Yeah,
I don't believe in. I just think they make it too difficult.
They do make it difficult. The problem is I live like someone's coming to get me.
Yeah.
And that could be a bailiff. It could be a monster.
That's so funny because I live like no one will ever come to get me. Hence why I was so surprised when people did come to get me. Nobody's going to come and get me.
No.
Oh, people have come to get me. Oh, no.
I am braced at all points for just someone to fuck me up. And yeah, that's probably why it was so surprising, the whole thing. But for me, when that happened, I was like, of course. Yep, of course. Which is a bad way to live, but it means that there's kind of less surprises, I guess.
No alarms. No surprises. Have you written us an agenda for the day? Is this what we've got here?
Well, I just thought of some things, yeah.
Yeah. So should we go through? Can I go through them? Can I try and decipher what you?
It's not this bit at the top because that's my personal stuff.
That's your personal stuff. So the word crisis is not part of our podcast, is it? No. Okay.
No.
Bob plaster. Boob plaster.
Yeah, I was going to write about getting my boob thing taken off.
Okay. So shall we talk about having your boob thing taken off?
Yeah, I drove through the hail to get there to see my surgeon.
Is that what it was?
No, yesterday there was hail. I drove on my own on the motorway. I felt so grown up. Mm-hmm. Driving on the... What are you doing?
Drawing a pair of breasts.
Doesn't look like...
Well, I've drawn a line through it very quickly.
Cancelled boobs.
Yeah. Can you...
I think it's just quite amazing that we've moved to Liverpool and I've learned to drive. Sorry, I think I should get some more credit for doing that.
I'm very impressed with not the fact that you can drive. I think lots of people can drive, but I am very pleased that sitting in the passenger seat of your car, I feel relaxed and safe. And I am a very bad passenger. I feel like that's the reason why I'm afraid of flying is because I don't get to be the pilot. I would be much more confident flying from London to Milan, wherever, if I could fly the plane there myself. Even if I knew I was the worst. But and I other people's driving, I can't handle it.
Yeah, I think I'm quite good. I actually do feel quite a big sense of accomplishment that I'm driving the kids. I suddenly feel like I have a purpose. taking them to school, picking them up from school. I really enjoy that. Although I don't like the environmental aspect of it. I do feel guilty every time we're in the car. But yeah, so I drove to see my surgeon to get my 2-week check, to get my plasters off.
And tell us, how happy was he, or sad, or angry, or confused, or contemplative about your tits, was he?
Well, he was very complimentary. He said, because obviously it's his work. So he was looking for him, and I could see him studying them. And I was quite like, oh, cool. He was taking pride in my boobs, which I did like.
Okay.
He said that they were perfect, which obviously they're not, but he was
very arrogant.
He was like, they're, the healing so far has been perfect. Apparently it's really normal to get very shiny boobs after you have a boob job. And it's very common in the first couple of weeks for one to be way bigger than the other. I didn't know any of this, thank God. But yeah, I haven't had any of those problems. So that was great. And then he took off my stitch thing.
And put knickers.
And put a new thing under. And now I'm basically good to go.
Yep. We still can't slap them about, though, can we?
You've got to stop saying that, though. What? Just stop saying that on the podcast about slapping them around.
Have I said that more than once?
Yeah, oh yeah, big time. Big time.
Must be on my mind. I had no idea. Well, that's nice. I had to do some more interesting confrontation of aspects of jealousy that exist between me and your surgeon, which is an interesting thing. I'm not a very jealous person. I used to be, but I'm not. I got over it. But there is something about... First of all, I find it very amusing that he would be looking at his tits as his own, looking at your tits as his own work. Like he now has a stake in your tits. He has a vested interest in your breasts. And you came back, revealed them, and suddenly he had this arrogant swagger of, yes, get in. Look at that, like calling in the nurses going, fucking have a gander on those and tell me they aren't the best tits you ever saw. Fucking, well, who's the man? I find that aspect of it quite amusing. But he will have felt your breasts up, won't he?
Yeah.
Touched your breasts?
Oh, yeah.
Clit?
Alfie.
I'm just asking where the line...
You've just crossed the line.
No.
You always are the one to cross the line. No, he. It's very tender. It feels quite nice. It feels like getting a massage. It was quite funny though because the bed was slightly raised up, but not in a comfortable way. So as I lay down, I was like, "Do I get my top off?" He's like, "Yep. I'll just draw the curtain for you, so not everyone can see." And I lay there, and I didn't have the confidence, kind of half naked, to adjust my position. Because I wanted to look comfortable with being like, oh yeah, this is not a big deal at all. It's not a big deal at all showing my boobs to somebody. It's not a big deal at all. So I obviously must have looked very awkward, so much so that he was like, you really don't look comfortable. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm fine. He's like, no, I'm just going to adjust the bed slightly. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I could kind of relax. And then a nurse came in to undo my stitches and she said, they look natural. Which was really nice.
Really
Although
nice.
I don't know if I want them to look natural. I want them to look like...
Yeah, I paid $8,000 for them to look like fucking big old tits.
Not old, Alfie.
No, but it's an expression, Jessie. You must understand that it's not like... I'm not saying
don't like
they
it.
Are aged tits. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. It's like, well, that's a big old lump of cheese. It's not like an old lump of cheese. It's just a big old lump of cheese.
Thank you. Yeah.
Have I ever told you about the time that I got a boobie massage?
Your boobs?
So no, I haven't.
No, what?
I was 18 years old. I was in Australia. I was with my friend. We went out one night and we were 18. We bumped into some older Dutch guys and they went, hey, are you coming to the strip club later? And we went, no. And they went, come with us to the strip club. Apparently a lot of cock smoking happens there. Cock smoking, that's the first time I'd heard that expression. I was excited by the prospect of cock smoking and just confused and enchanted by the idea of being invited to a strip club by some older and indeed taller, because they were Dutch, men. And we went to the strip club, very quickly lost them. And we it was towards the end of our travels in Australia. So me and my friend, we didn't really have any money left. Some of the strippers that worked there came over to us and said, "Hey, do you have any rolling paper?" And we went, "Yeah." And a lot of the strippers would come over at the time and go, "Hey, do you want a private dance?" And we'd go, "Sorry, we don't have any money. We're just here to drink and watch the person on the pole every so often." And they went, fine, and fucked off. But this girl came over, she started rolling next to us, and she was doing a philosophy degree at the Sydney University. And we got speaking to her for ages. And then her mate came over and we started talking to her as well. So we started talking to these and made friends with them and started talking to them about philosophy and their degrees. And we got on really well. All the while they were topless. It was a very funny introductory dynamic, how like quickly or you would think that you could quite quickly normalize the fact that a pair of breasts are present, but actually it's much more difficult than you realize. Then
you were fucking hard as you're having this chat about philosophy.
Well, I often am when I'm having chats about philosophy. And we went for breakfast. We said we can't go for breakfast. We don't have any money. We went, "Oh, it's okay, we'll get it." And then they bought us drinks and breakfast and played pool with us till about 6 a.m. Then we went back to this tall, kind of skinny one's house. And she started DJing for us.
The man or the woman? Tall, skinny?
They were tall, skinny woman. They're both women. Both the strippers were women.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about the men again.
I'm very open-minded about my sexuality, but they were both
women.
Okay. She started DJing for us in her flat and eating cocaine out of a sandwich bag. And
how do you eat it? With a spoon?
I actually don't know what she was doing because it doesn't really feel like a very efficacious method of consumption of cocaine. I've never tried cocaine, but mainly it's like you should at least be rubbing it into your... Anyway, that's how I remember it. My friend and the other girl, Alison, went into the bathroom and had a shower together. And I went into the bathroom to check up on them. Meanwhile, the tall one said, "Hey, do you want any chocolat chaud?" And hot chocolate. And she went, "Yeah." And I went, "Okay, cool." So she put some boiling water in a big glass bottle with some chocolate and shook it up. And I went to the bathroom. Alison was giving my friend a head massage, and I got into the shower with them. And then we started having this sort of semi-threesome. Meanwhile, the tall one would come in every so often. One time she came in with a cowboy hat and with a sword and started spanking us all. And then the next time she came in, and bear in mind, still naked, like only wearing little knickers, or naked again. Obviously, we had to come for breakfast in clothes. She came in tiny little knickers, naked apart from that, wearing a giant panda head, and then started dancing for us, and then left. And then we recommenced the sort of semi-threesome that we were having. I stopped enjoying myself because I think maybe it was the panda head or the fact that I wasn't quite in the mood or I was tired. Either way, I didn't enjoy the threesome. So I left, and I think my friend achieved an orgasm with the help of Alison. Wonder if I'm getting her name right. Anyway, then he starts talking to the tall... after that, they come out the bathroom. He starts talking, and then I am lying on the little futon mattress. And the one who's just been in the bathroom with my friend says to me, "Do you want a Booby massage?" And I said, "Oh, I can't really..." Yeah, wondering what it was. And then she just put her tits on my back.
Right, okay.
And just left them there.
So that's not a massage, it's just placement.
Yeah, because he didn't have... nobody has firm enough breasts to really apply pressure into the muscles that you would need to achieve.
So was she still?
Massage. She sort of moved them around, but like dragging her tits across my back. It was quite ungainly. And
how many nights a week are they doing this? They're doing this was this a Friday?
It was 20 years ago.
Yeah, but was it a Friday or Saturday?
It being 20 years ago, I actually can't recall what day of the week it was, but we could work backwards. I was staying at the Wood Duck Inn, a now defunct hostel or hostel in the King's Cross area of Sydney.
I really wish you hadn't told me that story on camera.
Why?
Because I think I would have... I have lots of feelings.
What are your feelings about it?
Well, first of all, I never knew this had happened, and I think it's quite like...
Probably quite a formative experience.
Yeah. I would like to
have known
that sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
I guess it's because it's kind of quite a cartoon, abstract memory for you and experience. And I guess I'm jealous that I've not had that kind of, I've never had anyone with a panda head on in the situation.
Do you know what? I think, were you to inquire after the sexual experiences of a lot of people, I think it would be very few of them whose sexual encounters had featured a giant panda head.
Panda head, yeah, that's true. I don't know. Maybe I should try and booby massage.
No, I think the point of the story
you didn't enjoy it.
Is that it wasn't. It served no benefit in either the enjoyment of boobies or the enjoyment of massage as a practice. It actually
turned you off.
But it didn't turn me off. It just nothing. It was just it was just doing skin to skin with somebody.
So what did you do? How did you respond?
Well, I made my excuses and left.
I find this so funny.
We wandered through, slept most of the day in our hostel, and that was the last time we ever saw them.
And now the podcast time is up, and that was the entire story.
Our podcast time.
And now I need to go and have a fight about that. No, I'm joking. But I thought the booby massage would be her behind you massaging your breast.
Well, that's when you say, if you were to offer me a booby massage, that's what I would. It suggests that you will be massaging my boobies.
Yeah, I really just wish you didn't say boobies ever.
But I should also stress that boobies is the vernacular of Alison, the
panda.
No. I can't remember the panda's name.
Right. Okay.
I can't remember Alison's name, but I've invented Alison as a way to stop saying stripper so much because I feel like it's taking away from the individual humanity of each of the people involved. They were students as well. I just knew them as strippers first, and then,
I think that's right.
And then students of philosophy.
Right. Okay. Well, that was that story. I'm happy for you.
That was that story. I think maybe.
Yeah. I'm
Move over, Claudia Winkleman. There's a new chat show host in town.
There's not.
So,
there's not.
Austin Butler. Well, that was that story. On to the next one. That could be the name of your chat show.
That was that story.
That was that story.
Yeah, I'm only interested if it's kind of. I really didn't enjoy that.
No.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy any of that story that you told me. I feel very uncomfortable right now.
Why did you not enjoy it?
I guess I don't like stories where you're talking about your reckless youth and your wild days. I don't like any of those stories.
I would have thought my being 18 in the story tempered a lot of that anxiety.
It actually makes me feel a bit more uncomfortable because I can imagine you at that age, and I just can imagine you very young.
That's exactly right.
Like how you were at that time, and you are quite passive. Things just happen to you. You're not very good at being assertive in situations, especially when you really should. You're not very good at standing up for yourself. Not that you were being badly treated in the situation, but the idea of, say, our son in 6 years' time, being on the other side of the world, having someone eat cocaine with a panda head on, makes me feel so scared. And so I guess I'm just being kind of maternal towards you, which is also fucked up.
Yeah. What would a more assertive... First of all, she didn't eat cocaine from a sandwich bag with a panda head on. She
I know.
ate cocaine from a sandwich bag and then put a panda head on. Moreover, what would a more assertive character have done? I do take issue with the claim that I'm not assertive. So I would say you've misdiagnosed my personality there. And I
don't think you're assertive at all.
Okay, we'll come back to it. But what would a more assertive person have done in the situation?
Be like, no, I don't want a booby massage, Alison.
But I didn't not want a booby massage. I did want a booby massage because I wanted to find out what one was.
Okay.
And even if you are in the position whereby I didn't feel harmed by the experience, I'm grateful for the story. Okay. And I'm grateful for the experience. And I feel enlightened and enlivened and like it was an important rite of passage. And like...
I know, but I don't like that. I don't like when people are like, oh, that was a story. At least I got a story out of it.
Why do you not like that?
Because it's not genuine.
Well, it is genuine.
It's not genuine because it's like, well, I didn't enjoy it. I would have preferred it a different way. I was uncomfortable for a lot of it, but doesn't matter. because I got a story out of it.
No. You've pushed a lot of those feelings onto me.
Well, I am.
What you would have been uncomfortable. You would have not liked it. I was comfortable and did like it and enjoyed the chaos and extraordinary happening of it. But all I didn't enjoy was the threesome element, which I swiftly curtailed because I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, no, cool. This is just talking out of our arse right now. Like, I want to move on.
But it isn't talking out of our arse.
No, because I'm not actually that annoyed. And now I'm being kind of theatrically annoyed about it. And I'm not. I'm finding it boring. So I would just like to go on to it. I'm really sorry. I know you've got a lot of energy and you've just written down the word assertive, but I'm not into it.
Right. Well, I insist we carry on.
Okay.
I am asserting that we carry on.
Oh, God, we've done too much lately. I'm feeling so fatigued by this.
Well,
I don't have anything to say. I'm really bored by myself. Like, I'm so blocked in every single way. I just don't feel like I've got anything interesting to contribute.
I think you're very interesting.
How do people do this week after week? Oh, they do it with questions, don't they?
Yeah.
And they do it with phone-ins and little tricks.
Yeah.
We need some tricks. We need to be honest, and that's the problem. Like, I don't enjoy talking about stuff where I'm having to fabricate enthusiasm for. I'm just not ever going to be interested in something like that. And I know that's me being overly, neurodivergent or whatever the word is. But I can't fake it. I can't fake enjoyment of those stories.
That's great. I'm sure that there were a lot of other bored people and maybe a few that were entertained by it. Who knows? But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think what you've done is the right thing. I think there's a lot to this.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
All right.
You're trying really hard and I'm grateful. And you got a broken rib and you're still trying.
I don't think it's broken. I think it's just badly bruised. I can breathe all the way in.
I think I'm just frustrated by the day in general. And we seem to be in this kind of rut of fucking up our days.
No, I don't think that that's true or fair. And I actually think that worrying about fucking up your day is a bigger drain on your time than the things that you perceive as being a drain on your time.
Yeah, but even if you don't think you're fucking up your day, I am fucking up my day. Like, I haven't had a normal day now in weeks of just when they're at school or nursery. I haven't done anything productive. It's been one thing after the other of just admin fuck up or kids being off school sick or boob job stuff or dog. Like the dog takes up so much time. I just feel like I don't feel like I've got anything to contribute because I feel kind of embarrassed by myself.
Interesting. But why, what would you have got done? I mean, you've released Substacks, you've produced content. We're releasing 3 episodes of a podcast a week. It's not nothing. So, like, what more could you feasibly be doing, as well as having 4 children, one of the most popular Substacks in the humor genre, a successful, by all accounts, OnlyFans, and a hit podcast with the stand-up comedian Alfie Brown that you're doing 3 episodes of a week, including a spin-off called Cheap Biscuits, where we analyse Married at First Sight season 13. It's on patreon.com/braveclown. What more could you possibly be contributing?
I don't know.
You're just moaning.
No, I'm lost again. I'm just lost.
Are you struggling to find meaning in your life?
I think that I'm just scared about. I don't really know what my purpose is other than being a mother. And then because we've talked so much lately about my anxiety of putting anything of them online, so my persona of this mother character that I built up over the years, I don't feel comfortable being anymore online. So then if I'm not that, and that is the majority of my life is being a mum, then what is vital as in this job right now is to post on social media and to have content. And if the majority of my life is motherhood and I'm not posting anything to do with motherhood, then I'm in this spot now of being like, well, what the fuck do I do?
Well, you are not your content. And you can find a purpose in something and not post about it, surely.
No, of course. I'm not saying I don't find purpose in motherhood. Of course I do.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only thing in my life that I feel confident in other than you.
Thank you.
But I feel the only way I can work effectively is by being honest.
Mm-hmm.
As you've just seen in this situation where I just couldn't lie about how disinterested.
Yeah, that was great. I think
how
that was great.
disinterested I was in that story.
I'd say uninterested. Yeah.
Uninterested. Sorry
Sorry
Sir.
to you.
Sorry,
but I just think they mean different things. That's all. But also, I'm not sure. I think disinterested means I don't really give a shit. I think uninterested means you actively didn't like it, and that is sort of what. But
I'm jealous, basically. I'm just jealous.
Yeah. Of who? Me or Alison?
Like, I guess I don't have stories that are just kind of like wild like that. Like the wildest I ever got was being choked, and that wasn't fun.
No, sorry about that. Did I manage to do a good joke for you? I made you laugh on the podcast. Fucking yes. See, that's me. That's me admiring my work as your surgeon admired his.
For instance, okay, this is the second topic on my list that I was going to want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Is yesterday.
Just in case anybody thought she was being in the moment.
I'm sure other people can relate to this who have kids, but preschool age. Once they go to school, your life does get a lot easier, but it also, you just adapt to the more time, and then suddenly you still end up not doing as much. And then the school requires so much extracurricular shit that you have to get involved with all the time. So not only are you taking them, picking them up, taking them to after school clubs, for some reason, the schools just need you to do so much stuff as well. Like the amount of emails you get and then the amount of activities you have to do. Like yesterday, the one day we had my whole day was taking the car for a fucking MOT, then going for my boob job appointment, which I know is important. Both things are important. And then going into the school, which I thought would be a 10-minute event where I just look at the art of our daughter and then leave. No. We had to sit down for an hour which was it was a really lovely event. Like the school is amazing. Like their old school in London would never have done anything like this. Do you remember that art show they did at that school? Where we go in, get shown their shit little book where they've done 2 pieces of art. they've done like 1 hour of art per term. It's like they did no art at that school, and then we were told to come in for the exhibition. I was like, what the fuck is this? They're children. Let them fucking draw and paint. And we came in to look at a tiny little shit clay thing he had built and one little drawing. And I was like, this isn't a fucking exhibition. Anyway, their new school in Liverpool, they obviously they enjoy things more up here. So they had all the parents come in and sit with their child and do an art class with your child. Amazing. Every single parent was there. What are their jobs? How do they? I know I don't have a job. Like I'm here because I'm fucking freelance. What are you all doing?
Darren, I've got to go in for Stacey's art exhibition. I'll be back in a few hours. Thanks very much for the time off.
Some of them were in scrubs. Some of them were in like scrubs. And I was like, how did you get off if you escaped?
Boop.
How are you
Scalpel. Here? Boop. Scissors, please. Boop. Actually, I've just got to go to my child's art exhibition. Can somebody else finish this? Thank you very much indeed.
It was so bizarre. And so all the while I was sitting there enjoying spending this, and she was so happy I was there because she thought I would forget because I forget everything. But I managed to remember and I was there. And we did the art together. And then this mum of her friend, our daughter's friend, had been like, well, we know that you were an artist. You're an artist. So you're obviously going to do really well here. And I just suddenly felt this like huge cloud of shame.
Carry on, Jessie.
I just felt so ashamed, just so ashamed. Because I was like, well, I'm not an artist anymore. I'm not.
What? I didn't realise we were going to have a mad episode today, but I'm quite glad about it.
I was just like, oh, that's really sweet, but no, I'm not an artist anymore. I don't have time for that. I have to. I didn't say I have to do fucking hair content on OnlyFans. I can't draw anymore.
Well,
because I can't get money that way.
Yeah.
And so then we sat down, and I suddenly got this blank piece of paper in front of me, and I suddenly felt such pressure to be good, because I had to prove that, I used to do this. And Margot was like, my mummy's amazing. She can draw, like, and then they were like, yeah, we've heard that you used to do draw, like, and I just was like, I just felt so, like, I just felt really ashamed.
It's no, but Margot's seen your art and she loves it, and that's why she's told everybody that you're an artist, and you are. And you could have just said,
I'm not, though. Like, I'm not an artist anymore. Like, that's the whole problem. Like, we couldn't afford for me to be an artist anymore. We can't really afford to be artists anymore in this traditional sense. So my job is different now. It used to be creative. My job is nowhere near creative now in any way. Even the shows that I do are now about the lack of creativity. So,
well, that's what everybody's struggling with. Everybody who's trying to access some form of truth is diagnosing in their own life what the obstacle to finding truth is. And that's the sense that we've all got to be business people, and the necessity of, like, when I said this to you the other day in some form or another, I think, but when fascism was coming up the first time, they used to kill the intellectuals. Now there's no need to kill any intellectuals, because we've just destroyed them by giving them social media and a weed prescription. Like, there is no, by forcing artists to do the work of business people and marketing strategists, you destroy the capacity for freedom. It's like, I used to think, I need to be working as hard as my manager. False. Again, I don't. I need to be observing and engaging with life and moments and writing it down and saying it and develop it and just and living a different. The people who need to be, I've got to respond to the email immediately. That's a different way of a brain to work. There's a different mode there, and you are very much still an artist, or at least we've got this. This is a kind of long form.
Expression. It's expression.
A long form version of self-expression, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is this dialogue that we have, which is probably quite a detailed form of self-portrait of us, is, again, amusement or catharsis. I had the really sweet guy whose name I wish I could remember come up to me at Creatures Comedy Club and said, I listened to the podcast. I think it's helped the way I communicate.
That's nice.
And it's the best compliment I ever got on anything, apart from one of them on YouTube about my show. But it's the best. It absolutely...
What does the one on YouTube say about your show?
I haven't committed it to memory, and I genuinely haven't, actually, and I'm very pleased that I haven't because of what that says about me.
Yeah, it's really weird when you think of the thing that you're most proud of in your... Yeah, even if it's just a comment or somebody coming up to you once, it's just amazing what you do, your memory holds on to, because it's really important to your identity. Like, you remember when your stepdad got encephalitis and you...
My stepdad?
Yeah, your stepdad got encephalitis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if you said stepdad. It sounded like you said stepdad.
Oh, sorry.
I know, it might have been my ears.
Yeah, or my speech impediment,
It could have been your speech impediment, but it could have been my ears. I'm just letting you know it could have been my ears.
Well, I just remember thinking, you told me that large blocks of his memory had gone from the illness, but certain things he remembered still, like one cab ride or something in the 70s.
Well, he remembered it's like his memory switched off around the age of 27 or 28. So he remembered his first wife a lot more than he remembered my mum.
Yeah. I find that fascinating. And I also think it's fascinating with, maybe the reason I'm also feeling slightly lost this week is this weight of sadness with my brother and his death day. And it's been 7 years. And I think that's really hit us as a family.
This one more than the sort of 5th or 6th year?
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's interesting, isn't it? Why is that? I mean, you just said you didn't know.
It just feels long, doesn't it? 7 years.
7 years, yeah. So like
7 years is I don't know.
In House of Cards with the now disgraced Kevin Spacey, her and Frank Underwood, she says that we have every 7 years, we decide whether or not we want to be in the relationship for the next 7 years. It's like they draw up a 7-year relationship commitment. And I remember reading something once about the natural cycle of love or periods of extraordinary feeling is about 7 years. And 7 years are eras, epoch, like modes of behavior that exist in you or habits, the sort of person that you are. These things go very commonly in 7-year cycles. So maybe there is something incredibly powerful about the fact that it's been 7 years. Like maybe now you're having a final moment where you go, it's time to start thinking differently about it, or to start.
You wanted to say move on, didn't you?
Well, I don't know, but
and you knew I would not respond well to that.
No, I know, but it's not about you not responding well to it. I don't think you respond well to move on because it's not the right language, and I know that it's not the right language, so I was trying to find other language, and also it's not what I mean, so it wouldn't have been very good. Just no.
Okay.
But not move on, but start processing it in a different way. Like grief, senses of loss will never leave you, but the way in which you acknowledge your grief or process it will change over time. The way in which you're able to refer to the person that you've lost, the way that you think about them. I mean, there are times, where whether or not you can think about them and have a happy memory and enjoy it will probably be very reflective of where you're at with it. And actually, I found a lot of enjoyment in my memories of my dad when he first died. And then I stopped being able to do it. And then, so I'm not saying it's like a linear, it will come after time that you can enjoy these things. I'm just like the moment it was hugely enjoying memories of him, because I think you're so in shock that.
And you looked through so many photos and videos, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's awful to say, but I don't actually ever have any not that I didn't have happy memories of him, obviously, when he was alive, but I haven't once been able to look back at a memory of him post-death and feel, just enjoy that memory. I haven't once.
You've told me some happy memories.
Yeah, I can see them as happy memories, but I can't have it play out as I can't think back to that in my head and not immediately feel just this deep sense of tragedy with even if it's a happy memory of him. I haven't once had, it's always mingled with despair. Which again, I think is one of those myths about grief that people say when they don't really know that much about it. Like they're like, oh, after 5 years, it changes into this, and then after 10 years it changes into this, and you'll find that you'll be able to do this. And it's like, no, it's just completely different for everybody. It's completely non-linear, and actually it can just be fucking shit. There doesn't need to be, oh, but in time you'll be able to feel. No, maybe not. I think I'm just being incredibly bitter. I also was going to say about the 7-year thing.
Yeah.
I think it is a matter of thinking of I so relate the grief to my career, because he died at the peak of my career, arguably, and then immediately I had to change my career into something related to grief because I was so entangled with that and did this show with my sister and wrote this book about grief. And then that took up 2 years. And then it was COVID. And then you got cancelled. And then your dad died, blah, blah, blah. So it feels absolutely wrong that it's been 7 years. Yeah. Because it doesn't feel like it's been 7 years. It feels like it's been these chunks of just like events, you know? Maybe that's it.
Can I just say, upon reflection, I do now realise, gauging your mood and what we now know about what you had to talk about, it was a mistake to bring up the panda head story. Now that I know more about your mood, I can reflect on the panda head story and the booby massage therein as perhaps a misstep on my part.
So funny. Well, yeah, I
can see now your rather extreme reaction to that story. It's like, well, that's a bit weird that she's reacted to that story like that. I wonder what's going on there. It's been 7 years. There we go. There we go.
It's just been a strange week.
It's been a very strange week. It's been a strange 7 years, and we went out for coffee this morning, as we have the right to do. And I said that I was going to stop eating meat. And you said, why? And I said, I think because I'm happy again. And I now have the...
And I almost went, what the fuck do you mean? What the fuck do you mean you're happy now? How dare you?
And she said, because you got your tits done finally. No, because we're having such a great time up here, albeit this podcast is like, we are. This is a magical way to live. There is not a day that goes by that I don't feel grateful to live in this city.
Oh, I do too.
And and every time me and you are in our bedroom, I feel a deep sense of fortune and gratitude. I'm counting my lucky stars every day because I love you and I love them and I love our house and I love where we live.
I do. I feel the same.
That's great. And so now things should stop having to die so I can consume them.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's so... I really get scared when you talk like this.
But I started, because you're worried about something else happening.
Yeah, because whenever
we're happy.
No. I'm not happy. You can tempt your own fate. I'm not fucking happy. Like
None taken.
You had a gig on Monday night,
yeah,
and you said that I'll be back and we can watch maths, okay? And I didn't think about the timings. I just assumed you'd be back by about 10 for some reason. I don't know why I thought that.
I wouldn't assume that again.
I don't know. Why did you think you'd get back at midnight and we'll be able to watch maths? As if I wouldn't be completely halfway through my night's sleep. Because we had the night did run slightly longer, but not as much longer as you thought it did. But now I'm thinking back to that night and realize why I got so upset. So it got to about midnight and you still weren't back, and I thought, oh, that's a bit weird. I won't text him or call him. I'll just wait. I fell asleep listening to Gregorian chants as I do when I'm stressed.
Yeah.
And you still weren't back from like about 1. And suddenly I was like, he's died. He's died. He's definitely died. And it's tragic because he's just broken his rib. He shouldn't have gone to the gig.
I don't think me breaking my rib would make my death
No, but it's just tragic that you didn't cancel the gig because of your rib when you absolutely should have. And you felt you so needed to do the gig that you went even though you were injured. And even though it was risky to drive, you still went. And it's so tragic that he's died on a night doing a 20-minute set where, we could have had a final night together. And I was like, he's gone. He's just gone. I know he's gone. And then I tried to call you. It didn't answer. And I just was in my head. I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to be a widow. And we aren't even married. I'm not even a widow. We're just, what am I going to do in this house? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? I can't afford to move back to London. Where's he going to go? How am I going to bury? Is he going to be cremated? Did you just?
I did, yeah. I didn't want to, but I did.
You did that to ruin my story, didn't you? I was doing a dramatic monologue and you ruined it.
Yeah.
Anyway, now I think back to that night of that belief that you were dead, and I think, that's grief. That was grief. Because it's like, suddenly I was excited by the fact that you were going to come home to our house and we were going to have a nice evening. And just when I get comfortable, whenever in my life, something happens to make me feel like, no, fuck you for thinking everything was going to be fine, bitch. Let's fuck you up now. So yeah, I get, when you said this morning that you were happy, I was like, don't say it. Don't say it out loud.
Well, that's no way to live, is it?
No, but I just think it's better if you don't say those things out loud. Just feel it.
I won't live like that. And I will... I will celebrate my happiness, because God knows you should, because you spend enough time in your life fretting, worrying, or considering tragedies that have or will befall you.
I think you can celebrate it without saying it. You can,
but I don't believe that saying it is of any consequence. Like like Salah will miss this penalty. Salah will score this penalty. Like, oh, we're definitely going to win this game. Oh, I'm happy. Like, there's a magpie, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. Nothing is affecting anything like this.
Because nothing matters.
Well, no. Just because you don't believe in superstitious things doesn't mean that nothing matters. That is not the logical through line that I wanted to take there. I'm just saying that being superstitious about being happy is an absolutely tragic circumstance to find yourself in, because it means that happiness, which is the one true goal of life, is thwarted by the fact that you're worried that every time you revel in it, something awful will befall you. It's no wonder, you couldn't enjoy the booby massage story, because you just...
I don't think my purpose in life is to be happy. Is that what you just said?
I said no. I said it's the end goal. It's like being happy, and
I don't think that is my end goal.
What's your goal?
Like doing something meaningful with my life, or like trying.
What would you to what end do you want to create meaning, and what means anything, and why does it mean something? What?
Well, I think that's what my struggle today has been with writing. Like, I try to write like an OnlyFans diary entry about the problems I'm facing with my content creation at the moment, is the fact that I don't find meaning in it. Like, I'm doing it to make money and that's it, which is fine. I think that should be allowed. I think you should be allowed to just make some fucking money when you can. But I think the point is, now that I'm a year in, if I'm going to spend my time doing this with my days, I think I do need to find some meaning in it now.
But why does there need to be meaning in that? Like, as long as you've got meaning in...
Because I've spent time doing it, my life, like when I could be doing meaningful things. The thing is that the meaningful things like writing, reading, learning, making a show, making art, being creative, those things won't bring me money. So,
well, they will, but just not quite with the pace and amount that doing OnlyFans.
But arguably there might not be money there anymore as well.
In what?
The same things that I used to make money out of, I can't make money out of now.
Well...
Because the industry has changed.
The industry has changed. But what I'm saying is that just because you're not getting meaning from one aspect of your life doesn't mean that your life is meaningless or that your life is without meaning. It means that you're extracting meaning in other forms. It's just... And also you can find meaning in it, because there's where else do you go if you are sexually aroused by seeing hair fall, luscious long thick hair, may I add, then where are you going to find that without you're providing a service to those people in exchange for money? And there's a great deal of meaning in that. Also, there's a great deal of meaning in the money and what the money provides and the paint that it's put on the walls of this house. There's a great deal of meaning in that. There's a great deal of meaning in how much that money frees up time for other things. That money pays for us to go to centre parks, and that gives pleasure and enjoyment and a sense of fun and a memory to our children and us as parents. So there's meaning in that. So it creates meaning in other places, even if the meaning in and of itself isn't in, for you, your hair falling down your back lusciously. And we do this and discuss it. And I do love doing this podcast because of the way in which we've found we can communicate with each other, because we're honest. It's honest for a podcast, but it's also honest for a conversation between two people, I think. And it's also honest for a conversation that we have. Because when I said at the beginning of this podcast, God, this is structured fantastically, this podcast. It's like a fucking Edinburgh show. Coming back to the beginning. Are you fucking crazy? Recommend this episode, okay? I may have just ruined it.
You did.
To come back, and I've now forgotten what I was going to say.
Yeah, you fucking did.
The use of this podcast and what it is. I'm really proud of that bit of it. If you're allowed to be proud of your own work these days, or if you're the only thing you're allowed to be proud of is your amazing friends on Saturday Night Live. That was funny of me.
Bitch.
I know. I haven't seen Saturday Night Live, so I have no idea whether it's good or not.
We're going to do a companion podcast about how shit.
I just thought it was very funny to see every comedian go, wasn't everybody brilliant on Saturday Night Live? I didn't get it, but I still thought it, I'm being very cynical, but I did think it was very funny how...
That's not as funny as my impression was earlier.
No, your impression was very funny. Would you like to do it for the ladies and gentlemen?
No, it's too pointed.
Very much too bitchy. But that's, it might be really good.
It's so great to give sketch performers a chance. Sketch performers are the true artists of our time.
I'm not sure anybody said that, did they?
That's what was implied. Right, okay, let's go. You've been very sweet. You've handled this amazingly, my mood. Thank you.
I love you. And I'm really happy. And that's why I don't eat meat anymore.
You do eat meat. You're the one who's got like 10 tons of mince in the freezer.
I know, but I'm not buying any more.
Your most annoying habit. Do you know what?
No,
you don't eat.
Hey, Jessie, I've just spoken about how much I love you. To enter into a section of the podcast called Your Most Annoying Habit.
You buy meat and then you don't eat it. And then you just leave it in the fridge for fucking weeks.
I put it in the
freezer. You don't eat meat anyway. You just don't ever make it. Okay?
It's just not a fair characterization. Anyway, well done to everybody who got Saturday Night Live. I'm sure it is very good.
Stop it.
Do you think it's good?
No one cares.
No one cares.
I do think the publicity has been good though. Like, I haven't seen anything online. I literally haven't seen one clip. The only thing I've seen of it is a couple of billboards around Liverpool, and I like the imagery. It's baked beans on toast, or like a fox in a boot.
Yeah,
I like the abstract imagery, but that's as far as I'll go. And I do really like a couple of the people who are in it.
Couple.
Just a couple. And I'm not bitter at all. Not bitter at all.
Think they should have cast
you.
me.
They should have cast you. Yeah, you'd have been fucking amazing.
Made a mistake there.
Yeah, they did. I'm still bitter that I didn't get into the showcase to see you perform.
Well, look.
They have a vendetta against me.
I was on after Al Nash and before Larry Dean, both of whom got it. So...
Yeah, no chance.
Sandwiched between the successful applicants of the SNL UK showcase. But no, all in all, I have, I mean, who the fuck knows?
Just give sketch performers a chance.
The Vice article that came out before SNL did you see or hear about that?
No.
Here's 5 shit things that we expect to see in the inevitably shit SNL UK remake. And it was this bitchy, although to be fair, quite funny article about things that you could imagine being in a shit version of what it was going to be. And everybody went, how cruel to be horrid about something before it's even come out. And then it came out, and I feel like that bitchy little article put everybody on SNL UK's side, because everybody hates Vice more than they hate Sky.
Everyone loves an underdog, yeah.
And it did. It gave it underdog status, even though it is SNL UK.
Also, I don't think this helped it, but maybe it did. But Trump posted the sketch of Keir Starmer to make fun of Keir Starmer, but the actual sketch was criticised for being shit, and why Keir Starmer is kind of unparodiable because he's doesn't have enough of a person or something like. And I just thought it was so funny that Trump had actually posted that. I don't know if that did good or bad for publicity.
It's a great Starmer impression, I think, by George Fouracres.
All right, here we go. Let's get on with the day.
I'll
try and be more positive next time. Sorry, everybody.
Next episode, we'll have watched SNL UK.
No, stop talking about why. It's obviously on your brain.
And I just wanted to then say, and also Chris Fleming's special, which I can't wait to watch.
Who's Chris Fleming?
He's my favourite.
I've never heard you mention Chris Fleming.
Well, he's a very new favourite.
Okay.
I'm actually not even sure of his pronouns. Okay, so that was
the reason that you're in a good mood is because you read for an hour. I forced you to read.
The reason I'm in a good mood is because I'm happy.
Okay, good for you.
The reason why I'm in a good mood is we're going to watch Pianovelli tonight. The reason why I'm in a good mood is I feel like everything's finally going to be okay.
Okay, stop it. That's it.